41 in that?
Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. She is sponsored. She is not sponsored, actually. Okay, if you want to sponsor, please let us know. We're holding in Zevachim Daf Tezvav. We're going to be starting from the last words of David Dalamud base. The Gemara tells us, Itmar. One line before the end. The Gemara discussed, if a person walks, but he doesn't walk without his feet, which means he moves the blood from place to place without moving his feet. Is that considered to be hoylach or not? So comes Ula and says, Ula name Rabbi Yochanan, hoylach shel beregel, lo yishma hoylach is not hoylach. And you have to, if you have to do hoylach, so you have to actually walk. And if you had a man machshava, the chur is not poised. So that's the chur what the Gemara says right now. So that's the one that this one Dalef. Actually, takuno or loyev shel takuno. Can you correct it? Can you go and make it and fix it up? Can you go back? In other words, if it wasn't halacha, can I just go back and do it again?
But the guy doesn't have legs.
No, so then he can't be a kohen. Kohen has to be without a move, without a blemish. So he says, Rashi says, it doesn't matter if a zar did it or a kohen did it. It's not halacha. It wasn't. They ain't.
It's not ma'akiv, right?
No, it's not ma'akiv if you don't need it. If you need it, it is ma'akiv.
If you need it or you
If you need it, if you have to go, so then it's ma'akiv.
He didn't have to.
Say, but he moved it like to somebody else. Right. So now does he have to do it again? So, can you fix it or not? Toshma. Kibel a kosher v'nosan lapasul. So that's the Gemara mentioned in the previous Amud. The kosher received the blood, gave it to the apostle. Yachzir la kosher. He gives it back to the kosher. And we explained it in the previous Amud, which means the kosher will have to re-receive it from the apostle. Doesn't have to actually take it back. If you hold that you can't fix it, too late. It's possible. So when we saw the kai zay gavoy, you learn the kai zay baray. So they want to know. Really, if you did hoylacha in the wrong way, let's say there was, let's say the case of the Gemara's brief in the Brisa. The kohen is holding the mazrik, gives it to the zar, and the zar and the zar holds it. So that's hoylacha, and then the zar gives it to somebody else. So then what happens is hoylacha psula. Too bad. So why does it say? Why do we say you can fix it? So when it says you can fix it means he gave it to the zar to the wrong direction. He was supposed to go. He's over here in his back, and he's supposed to go. He's supposed to go. He's next to his back. He's supposed to go towards his back. Instead, he's going to the other direction. So the other halacha, there's no need for the halacha. The halacha was nothing. He went in the wrong direction. So as the Gemara like this. Misor is the kaizar gavoy. The zar is going towards the inside. Like the kaizar baroy is going to the outside. So not only that's not halacha, it's possible. That's it. You can't fix it. So where you see, Ram Nachman if the blood spilled from the kli onto the floor, they also kosher, and he picked it up from the floor, it's kosher. That's what it says. So what do you see? You could fix. Right? So he says, now, the Gemara understands right now that the blood starts dripping towards him, his bech. He was mekabel in a kli, spilled on the floor. Why does it spill on the floor? Spreads all over. So part of it moved in the wrong way. You see, even if you move in the wrong way, you can fix it. So here, halacha should be fixed. Oh, the blood did not go towards the mizbech. It only went to the other direction. So then 1 second. How, physically can that be? The blood spreads only to one way. When you put blood on the floor, it spreads equally all over, front and back. So talk about there was a little slope over there. So the blood spilled on the floor. It did not go towards his back because it was a little higher elevation. Another answer. There's a small pit in the floor. And the blood went to the pit. That's why it didn't spread out. Talking about blood which is congealed. So it did not spill, did not spread out. Second one, the Ichbal Tana is a expression where it says many times, the Tana repeated itself. We were trying to find That scenario, that's the scenario we're talking about. Well, it fell on the floor and you picked it up. We're talking about a case that the blood did not spill towards his back, only to the other direction because it's either a slope or it's a pit or it's congealed. That's the case. It says in the next parak, Nishbach al haritzpo. It says if it's spilled from the neck of the animal, not from the kli, straight to the floor. It's too late. Speak about the kli itself. You're telling me that by kli something is possible for discussion. Depends if it's going towards his back or not. So more to Yufto. Oh, to Yufto. So you see from here to Yufto, and you see from here that you hold that halacha is not going to be, halacha is not poisel. You can fix it. As Rashi says to Yufto, yeah. Okay, so to Yufto against Ula. Says the Gemara continues on. Itmar halacha shlei b'regel machlikas v'shirim v'rabbanim. This is what we mentioned in the previous daf. In our Mishnah, how do we get to this whole story here? It has to do with our Mishnah. Our Mishnah have machlekes Rabbanim and Shimon. If a person did a halacha shaloi lishma as a poisel or not, one says yes. Shimon says no. Sometimes you could avoid halacha. Any halacha that you could avoid, even though maybe you could avoid it, but if you could avoid it sometimes, it's not poisel. Says the Gemara. Says the machlekes Shimon Rabbanim. Says the Gemara Rabasi kulam lepligi dipsul. When you have a big halacha, which means when you're actually walking, everybody agrees possible. The Gemara understands what it means. Means you want to agree that if he was far away from the mizbech, and the only way for him to get the mizbech is to walk, then for sure he's chayav on the halacha. He's placed a shalishma. But we're talking about a case that what? Where halacha keep linking halacha zutruti. What's halacha zutruti? Our case halacha shlo b'regel. Meaning he's close enough to the mizbech. He just has to put the blood next to his back. Then if Shimon says that's not poisel, we don't say it is poisel. Shimon says you don't have to walk, we don't say you do. It's still considered to be oiloch. But if you actually walk, everybody agrees it's going to be poisel. I'm always going to ask about that in a moment. We see that our Mishnah did not speak about that case if you look closer in the Mishnah. They made fun of it. What's made fun? So I can explain the question. What's a psul? He thought about doing something with chat hasoif, shaloi lishma. Now, what's the case of chat hasoif? Chat hasoif is you take off you cut the neck of the bird, and then you sprinkle, you spritz the blood from the neck of the bird into the mizbeach. So the more that, what are you going to have in that case? Shaloi lishma. If it's before the blood left the neck of the beimo, lav klumi. Why? Because all you have over there is a din of halacha, and halacha according to Shimon is not paisel.
Or b'shas malika.
Oh, if once the blood left the neck, is saver mitzvah soy. So the word understands. If you look at Allah Rashi says, while it's in that tazo, that's not walking, right? Maybe let's do the previous Rashi. כמה פרקות שקדוש לפוסל ומחשב בעזו, שוויקה ודסות הכתיבו, היזו ודם מחטוס, שהאיכסו בגוף ומעתי, זה double הקיר, והחטוזו או הילוכו זוטתי, זה small הילוכו, that's called a small halacha, you understand. So while the blood is in the neck, it's not really considered to be, that he's just moving it. When it left the neck, it's over. So according to Reb Shimon, the halacha zutruti is nothing, and that's they're not going to be halacha. So when you have over here a problem with machshava, says the Gemara, my kusho. No, you're making a mistake. You think that once the blood left the neck of the oif, you're done. No, it's not. Once the blood left the neck of the oif, it's still not done until it reaches the mizbech. While it's in the air, it's still in the middle of the avodah. Then you can have a machshava. We found a discussion about that. Hayam mazik. Someone is doing a zoh with oif. And the kohen lost his hand. It became a balmum. Before the blood reached his back. Now, my time will be hizov and noson ba'ina. We need the hizov and nos has to reach his back. So it calls when down to his back. It's not going to be the void is finished. So one says that's not a question. When do you have machshava by oif? You have machshav what's in the air. So like you also pop up a brady Yeshua mechim hirav amir haynuchoch. Tell you what the joke is. What's funny? Oh boy, locho rab silay pligi. Faki pligi, boy locho rab the pligi. That's the discussion of the Mishnah. Go back to the Mishnah. If you give them the Mishnah said, we said like this: Shur machshav behiluch sharmi yifsham shloshchiv kabbalah. Aval yifsham behiluch shur b'tzei zbeh v'zoyvik. Shimon said you couldn't do without hiluch if you do it close to his back. Masha he's talking about even if you didn't do it close to his back. Masha the machlekes of Rabbanan of Shimon is talking about when you have a lot to walk. That's the machlekes. So why are you telling me there's no machlekes over there? Says the one boy locha zutri loy pligi kulam loy pligi. If it's a smaller locha, what's the din? Here you have two gersas. Either the pasle or the loy pasle. If you look at Rashi brings it. Everybody agrees when you move without walking, it is paisel. The time you shoot the yivshal levat. Yeah, that's something you must do. When the goy is the paslo, time you shoot the lav klumi. There's another gear slow paslo. That's not considered to be anything. It's part of zriko. The whole machlekes says when you're walking, you're actually walking. According to Sharon, you could avoid it. It's not considered to be a lacha. According to Rabbanan, even though you could avoid it, it is considered to be a lacha. That's the chura according to Rashi. So the Gemara. Now, what happens like this? The zar walked. It's a problem. It's not a lacha. We said it's not possible because we learned before the tiyufta. It's not possible. So, but it's not a lacha. The kohen went back and went back. Kohen took the blood a few steps to where it came from, and he did the halacha again. Does that work? Why? It's a machlekes kid. Good. Same machlekes. So that's machlekes. Can you fix it or not? If the kohen walked it, and the kohen went back. Now the zar went. This is exact same machlekes. Can you erase an halacha? There was a halacha. Can you erase it? Go back and do it again. If you hold that when the apostle did it, you can erase it and fix it. So also when you did it right, you can erase it and ruin it. And if you hold that once it was done wrong, you can't fix it. So when you done right, you can't change it. Can you erase the halacha? That's the question.
It's not the same thing. You know, there's a difference between misaken if you did it once, when you did it once, and it's finished.
Maybe I hear. You could say that's more. Maybe Rabbi says the opposite. Rabbi says even if you hold that you can fix, but you can uproot the good one. Why? My time at that sarich in that base, you have to bring it. Meaning, there's no way out, you can't no way around it. Physically, he needs to come. By apostle, you say once you walk, too late. Say, I'm going to walk again. I'm sorry, it's too late. By kosher, you walked the right distance. Someone took it back.
There's two halachas now?
Yeah. Two halachas. One halacha is when it was done apostle. There's one that says, too late, you can't fix it. You ruined it. But if it was done by kashrus and you went back, you can't say what's already done. It's already done. I have to walk back. I have to bring the blood to where it's supposed to be. Physically, it's not yet there. Yes, it was there, but it's not there now. So that will be poison. This svara that anyway you have to bring it. It's a machlekes of blazer rabban. Not. This is machlekes from our Mishnah. How did our Mishnah conclude? If you go in a place that you need to walk, then it ruins it. If you don't have to walk, not. What does it mean you have to walk and not to walk? Explain the Gemara. One more over. You got the blood outside, come inside. Let's say you have to walk it. You got it inside, went outside. No need to walk. Why are you going there? Say everybody agrees He went in. It was outside. He went in. Now he went back out. You have to go back in. Is that going to be? Is that halacha going to be or going to be a problem in the second halacha? That's what comes out clearly. If you look at the sheet, though, it says v'chazor yichnisu. Ma'asava tzorcham tuyit. L'maisi, you have to go back in. I don't care. You already went in. You have to go back again. Ma'asava lav ki hiluch hatzorch la'avoid domi. It's like you don't need, the hiluch was already done. The shame hiluch was done. It's not a mitziastic thing. I did hiluch. Now technically it's not there. Okay, so bring it back. But it's not another hiluch. It's machlokes as a hiluch or not. You see, Abaye asked the question. You finish your brisa. What is the case that is going to be psul? Kibler b'chutz v'yichnisu lifnim. He accepted it outside, went inside. Say el shetzorch la'alech. Kibler b'fnim v'yitzir l'chutz. The el she'en tzorch la'alech. Ha. According to Shidi, you take away the word ha. Chazav v'yichnisu el shetzorch la'alechu. Clearly, it says according to Blazer that when you do something that needs to go back, even though you already did it, he already went inside, but he went back outside, has to go back in, it's considered to be a hiluch. You don't say, oh, I already did the hiluch, now it's just technical. No. And if you mitzias, you have to go back, it's considered to be a hiluch, even according to Blazer. You wanted to see that's a machlekes. The Rabbanan Blazer doesn't hold that considered to be a hiluch, Blazer holds that. You see clearly that Blazer doesn't hold it in a hiluch. Omeli Tanya. So, oh, I hear. Okay, so it's a fair shabraisa. I can't argue with that. It says Rashi, last Rashi in the parak. Italian the moed bar blazo Tanya vein machlokes ben blazo takam. There's no machlokes. They both agree that what? That it is eiluch. Elo omab Shimon avu kayu polik. Right? If Shimon is referring to his father. Okay, but Hayab Shimon avu kayu polik is arguing on himself. Regarding the what we said before, who said it? Yeah, the question is who's going to be the Seder? Right, so Reb Lazar in the Mishnah argues on Reb Shimon. Reb Shimon said, Reb Lazar is the son of Reb Shimon. Reb Shimon said in the Mishnah, any hiluch is not paisa. Reb Lazar says, no, depends. Do you need to do it or you don't have to do it? That's what he said. So he's not coming, there's no machlokes Rabbanon and Rabbanon and Rabbanon says, Rashi, you're not arguing. Also Rabbanon, because they both agree. If you're going to the wrong direction, hiluch is not paisa. You are going to the right direction, it is paisa. What happens if you have to do it twice? You went in and you went back out, they both agree it's a hiluch. So there's no machlokes Rabbanon and Rabbanon. That's what Rashi says. Is only arguing of Shida, the father. So that's the conclusion of the Gemara that we don't go based on what he did or didn't do. We go based on mitzias, does he have to do it or not? And with this, we conclude the first paragraph. We say Zevachim, Hadra Chazachim Be'ezer Hashem. Let's just start a few lines in the second paragraph. Chazachim Shekibel Damon. If all the Zevachim, the Kabbalah was done by a kohen, by someone who was either a zar, not a kohen, or a kohen, but he's an oinen. What's an oinen? He had someone who died in his family that day. Tul yoim, he went to the mikvah, but he didn't wait for the evening. Umichus kippurim, he went to the evening, but he didn't bring his karbonas like a zav and a mitzvah. Umichus godim is not wearing the shvarim godim, the fourth godim. Shalei rochat yodam raglayim, did not wash his hands or his legs. Orel, there's our bismillah. Tameh, regular tameh. We're going to see in the Gemara. I have to say that, of course. If Tul yoim is a problem, kol shekit tameh. Yoishiv sitting, oyimit standing al gabi kelim. On an animal, in all these cases, pasal. Kibul b'small, do with his left hand, pasal. Shir machshav. Shir holds left is not a problem. Kabbalah, we'll get back to that in the Gemara. Lefty is a problem. We'll get to that. Ita is a problem. Lefty is a problem. What do we do to the lefty? An issue is considered to be a mum. Pasha is considered to be a mum.
Lefty pitch is more viable than righty pitch.
So the Gemara, Zar Minalan. How do we know Zar? The first, now the one's going to go to explain every single thing that was said in the Mishnah. Where do we learn it from? So we're going to start the first thing today is Zar. Where we learn Zar, we're going to learn what to keep to the Tani Levi, the Ber El Aroin, El Bonov, he knows the country of Israel. It says they should get away from the country of Israel. And you learn from here, because it says, right? So then it says over there, they should not be Tomei, they should not, that's what it's talking about there. So it says, country of Israel, Bnei Israel and Mutimai. It says Bnei Israel. You want to tell me that it can be Tomei like Korban Noshim and Tumah Karv? We don't find any such a thing that is Tumah by Korban Noshim. Maybe you tell me that a goy's korban could come metuma. Well, that can be. Hashta tzitz or miratze. What's a tzitz? Tzitz is, we know that tzitz is on kreigodol. When you have a regular korban, if it was done kosher, and once it got to the mizbeach, you found out there was a tumah, tzitz is miratze. Tzitz miratze lo oilim. Already went in the mizbeach is miratze. That's only by Yisrael, not by a goy. Doesn't work. So betuma karev, it doesn't fix something which is wrong. So kol shekaz not giving you tumah. So you learn from here, it needs to be that the Bnei Yisrael, meaning look Lashon Rashi, Bnei Yisrael leichalu, va'azorim avhem yinazru k'dish leichalum. The way you read it is Bnei Yisrael leichalu. The Bnei Yisrael shall mechalel. Bnei Yisrael do the avodah, they are mechalel. That's what they do. The Lashon of the Gillian says over here, Limit al Zaz Sha'avad Shechila. From here you learn the Zaz Mechalel, and then we're going to go on in the next staff to bring another source for it and continue this discussion. With this, we'll end and continue Be'ez Hashem tomorrow.